They want Happy Joe. Can you give them that for a change?
Don't give me fake phony Bill.
There is no such thing.
Yeah, there is.
Well, if you want to call out the episode number and what they're listening to, I'd be more than grateful.
You're listening to episode number 243 of STCPod. That's it. That's all you got to say.
Well, you can say what kind of show it is for new listeners.
Look
what
it
they
up.
Found.
Go to past episodes and look it up, you lazy fucks. How was your day?
Good.
Well, that's nice. You didn't spend 7 hours in a car like I did today?
Oh, yeah. No.
Woo!
No, but you were in your big luxury Land Rover, so that must have been quite nice.
It was a nice drive. I'll admit it. Driving through the scenic northern countryside of Ontario, going up to Algonquin Provincial Park. Round trip in one day.
Why is this the only place you'll camp?
Because it's the best place to camp.
Someone told you that this is where you should go.
And experiencing many provincial parks in Ontario, this is the best one.
Now, I've only heard of you going to this place, and there are many, many fabulous provincial parks here in Ontario, but you only go to this national preserve because I think you didn't
even listen to a word I said. I just said I went to many provincial parks.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that.
This is the best one because it offers the most to do in your time there.
I don't think that's...
It's got like a million different trails to go on. It's got canoeing. It's got portaging. Inland camping.
And portaging.
It's got fishing. That's excellent. It's got history up there with a group of 7.
Yeah, but there are many provincial parks that have all that and more.
There
actually.
Isn't.
Yeah,
and more.
There are provincial parks that even have like giant pools, that are lifeguarded and stuff.
You're going camping. You're not going swimming in a pool.
Oh, okay. Or they have beaches or nature preserves, bird sanctuaries.
Don't try and fucking pan off Algonquin as being inferior to any other provincial park.
No, I think just
it's impossible to say that.
Someone just told you that, this is where the mucky mucks go. If you want to put on a big show, it's all your friends, but where you went camping.
Here we go. Why do you always have this thing about putting on a show and people that you think put on a show?
I don't know.
I don't know. You got to see a psychologist. It is ridiculous.
No one's putting
on a show. When you go camping, that's not putting on a show. That's dumbing it down.
Well, that's exactly what I mean. Anyone else just goes camping, but Tom Cruise goes to a national preserve and only to this area, even though it is an extreme travel, very isolated, and known for the bug factor to actually the bugs pick you up and carry you away.
There's no bugs there.
Known for the bear factor.
Yes, there are bears. The bears wean out the dummies.
That just means you can't sit out late at night, snacking on food and stuff.
What are you talking about?
The bears sniff it out.
In any provincial park, especially one in northern Ontario, where it's completely surrounded by nothing but forests and lakes, there's going to be a higher bear concentration than one, say, provincial park by the highway.
I just think it's a bit of a show going on. That's all.
I just think you're a pussy. It is ridiculous. There is no show going on when you go to Algonquin. It's just to enjoy.
It is
all facets of what there is to be offered in the Ontario wilderness. It's beautiful up there. It's a beautiful drive up. I listen to podcasts on the way up, and I listen to nothing but CDs on the way back. I haven't listened to CDs in a long time. This was great. I'm going to listen to some more music now.
I am wondering why
But-
you're not camping there this week. Like, why aren't you there? Why the 1-day trip?
Because I went up. Well, you know why. I guess you want the listeners to know why.
I don't know why. How would I know?
The mother-in-law goes up, and normally she goes up with the 3 nieces, but only one is going up this year. So she took my 2 kids and the youngest, my youngest nieces, one of her youngest granddaughters, and they're going up for 18 days.
18 days? She has to look after very, very, very young children in this vast wilderness.
One is 5, one is 7, and the other one's 12.
Yeah. For 18 days, she's got by herself wrangle these kids?
There's no wrangling. We go to the same specific campground. We always get. This year we got a different site because we couldn't get the ones we normally get. So they know the campground well. It's one of the smaller ones. There's lots to do. They bring their bikes up. She loves it up there because it's nice and peaceful. And then my wife and myself are going up for 5 or 6 days.
And old Joe gets another big vacation from the kids.
Yeah.
Another free vacation.
Well, I drove up today to help set up the tent, and I'll bring up some extra supplies. And
I tell you, this life.
So
this life
aside from 3.5 hours each way.
Now, whenever you go, when Tom Cruise goes, he certainly doesn't spend it in a tent, which I find interesting. Whenever you go,
no longer. I borrow my friend's pop-up trailer,
a grand caravan, a giant
and
trailer.
So the mother-in-law does the tent, and then we do the trailer, and then we got the dining tent.
You put the elderly senior citizen on the ground in a tent.
She's on a queen-size mattress.
While you are in a trailer, you will only go in a trailer. Why is that? You ever think about?
Dude, if I have my way, I just go up myself.
In a giant trailer.
In my tent. I'd bring one tent, one pot, one pan, one plate, a bunch of food and beer, and that's it. And
sure.
Cigars.
By the way, I did already hear about this tent. Multiple queen-size mattresses fit in it. So this is full-on Joe tent. Right? It's like
it's not my tent though.
Something like the Prince of Persia would stay in. It's got giant pillars.
No, there's it's got divider flaps
on the floor.
Yeah, that's right. Divider flaps. So there's 3 sections, 3 separate sections in the tent. So everybody gets their own room. You're laughing your head off there. Like what? That's normal nowadays, dude.
We were joking about pavilions in the Q-Dog compound, and that's exactly what you have. But you still won't even stay in one. You still bring a trailer.
Yeah, I'm too old. Mind you, though, an air mattress would be more comfortable than the beds in the pop-up.
Is that true? Are they not good?
Well, they're cushion.
Yeah, like a full king-size bed.
You know, like those gym mats, right?
Yeah.
The gym mats at school. Picture one of those things about 3 times as thick. And that's the padding for one of the beds. So it's not terrific, but it gets you off the ground, and especially if it ever rains, right? That's the big plus with a pop-up trailer. If it rains, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about tarping and all that stuff, right? But it was nice and cool up there. No bugs. Nice and sunny. Super quiet. So I left home at 10 o'clock. Got up there at whatever. Stopped in Huntsville for some Mickey D's for the kids. And then I think I spent about 2 hours up there helping set up the stoves and the oven and the kitchenettes and the tents. And then drove back, and I got home about 8:30 at night.
By the way, what does 18 days cost in this national preserve?
I don't know. Not much.
Yeah, I don't think so. You're probably close to around $80 a night in this place
No.
because you're full power. You probably
Yeah.
got power, you got
Power
water,
of course.
all that stuff.
What do you mean water?
Water hookups?
No, there's no water hookups.
I bet you there is. If you got power, there's probably water.
There's no water hookups.
And you're in a national park. I bet you easily cruising $80 a night.
It's
What's
not
80
$80 a night.
times 80 times 18?
I don't know.
What's that?
Ask Siri.
What's that?
Hold on, let's see
What?
if Siri does this.
Let's go 8.
How do you use Siri on the new iPhones? Do you know how to do that? Where's the home button? Right. How do you do this? You know what? That's one thing I've never done. How? Hey Siri. Hey Siri.
Oh my God. I just did the math on that. You are out of your mind paying for that.
How do you turn Siri on?
Holy
with the
cripes.
iPhones? Hey Siri. Hey Google.
You know what? You should have just went to Europe or something, dude.
Can you Google how to turn Siri on my new iPhone?
80 times
Siri and search.
18. That's $1,400
Oh,
you spent.
I just got to enable listen for Hey Siri. Press side button for Siri. Set up Hey Siri. This helps Siri recognize your voice when you say Hey Siri.
Dude, you spent $1,400.
Hey Siri. Dude, you got to move your phone from the mic. Hey Siri, send a message. Okay. Hey Siri, how's the weather today? Hey Siri, set a timer for 3 minutes. These are all the questions it's telling me to say to Siri. Hey Siri, play some music. Hey Siri is ready. Siri will recognize your voice when you say Hey Siri. Hey Siri, what is 80 times 18?
We already learned that.
80 times 18 is 1,440.
I don't think that's how much it's costing us.
Yeah, it is.
It's funny though how she still kept the British accent I had on my old iPhone. Isn't that weird? You think she's any smarter?
No.
Hey Siri, how far is Algonquin Provincial Park from my house?
Algonquin Provincial Park is about 304 kilometers from home by car, or about 216 kilometers as the crow flies.
Oh, I'm not a crow.
Anyways, where are you getting all this dough from? That's what I'd like to know. Can I get a job where you work? Are they hiring?
I think they're firing. So that was my day today. My one day off this week. I'm working 6 out of 7 days because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you are.
I should have tomorrow off. Yeah. I was gonna say where I could play video games all day, but my wife would probably just make me finish my chores, and then I have to beat her ass.
Well, my day started with
beat her with my slipper.
With my doorbell waking me up.
Oh. Did you get another package in the mail?
No. I knew I had an appointment later in the day at 9, but the doorbell woke me up at 8:30 with the air conditioner guy. He was supposed to be there at 9, but he came at 8:30. So this was the follow-up appointment where they traced the leak. The big mysterious leak.
No, you mean if they find a leak, right?
The $500 leak. So he couldn't find anything outside. Came inside, dug into the furnace where the condenser coil is located. You know, you gotta tear in there to get.
Hold on a second. Why did he have to delay to hold off this follow-up again? What was the reason?
Well, because they put a dye test through the lines,
Yeah.
and you need to wait like a couple weeks of use to see where it leaks out. Where you're going to find it with their infrared light to see where the dye has come out.
Mm.
So he didn't see it outside, didn't see it in the line coming into the house, got in there where the condenser is, and he didn't see any dye in there either. So he went in there with like a Freon sniffer, this electronic kind of probe looking thing that makes a sound if it sniffs out Freon anywhere. And he surmised that there was a leak coming off one of the coils. And of course, that's irreparable. And mine being an older system, it's probably next to impossible to just replace the condenser. So he, of course, is recommending a complete air conditioner changeover to a new one. And, you know, the furnace being just as old, practically, actually older, probably a good idea to do that too.
What a coincidence. Never thought he was going to say that to you. So if you can obviously hold off for the rest of the season. Does that mean next year though that your AC you'll be out of Freon again?
There is no telling. He's like, well, he might be able to last a day or so more. I'm like, really? A day? It's been cooking away fine here for 2 weeks. Now we're down to days. Like I said, he could not see anything with the infrared light, but it was at the bottom of the tray where it does drip out and just down the hose, right? So it could have just dripped away. And I got to trust a $4,000 decision on this probe sniffing out things.
Yeah, forget this guy, man.
But it's not like, you know, he's an older gentleman. He seemed very honest. It's not like he's making commission on sales. So he's like, I just repair them. I'm just telling you straight up what the deal is. But thinking about it today, in my opinion, is wait till it dies again.
Yep.
And then think about replacing. Yeah, I just paid for all the Freon, right? So one question I didn't ask him, like he went through the process of switching it out and all that, and he's like, "Well, we'd have to do a reclamation of all the Freon that's in there and put in the newer kind of Freon." So I should ask, well, so are you buying back the Freon from me? That was $300. You're going to give me that money back, right? Because you're reclaiming the Freon. I didn't ask that question though. It is a good point. So I don't know.
You should know the answer to that.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hope it lasts till next season, and then
Summer's over, dude. You're fine.
Yeah. Well, this weekend's supposed to be hot. And then maybe just put the old tax return towards it next year or something. But then you got to decide too. Do you go all in with a new furnace as well? Which really ramps up the price.
Yep.
By the way, to replace this condenser, if they do find one, just a replacement condenser itself would be around $800 before installation. Don't forget, I'm already in almost $600 for these, temporary repairs, and then price of condenser installation. He said involves like welding and shit to weld it into, the pre-existing hardware that's there. Ugh. It sounded very expensive. So I don't like any of it. And this is what happens when you're a homeowner and your home's cruising around 20 years old.
I don't remember them welding in my new condenser when I got my new AC unit though.
Well, this is because it would be, you got a whole new system though, right?
I didn't have a choice.
Yeah. So
the condensers, that's the part that goes inside the part goes inside the furnace.
Yeah, that's the
condenser, right?
The coil, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember them welding anything, but I wasn't watching 100% at the time.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big job, man. Took them all day.
All right, so you're in agreement. You should just wait.
I'd wait.
I think that's prudent.
At least it buys you time if you have to do it, because you at least 6 months, right? And you're probably better off. I don't know. You're probably better off doing a furnace as well, as much as it sucks.
I know. And this thing, that furnace has been solid, man. Aside from cleaning a probe here and there, it's been perfect. without annual cleanings, by the way. Every year I mean to book that and never do.
I do that. I think they blow it with the what's that? The air canister that they blow computers with.
Yeah,
I think that's all they do.
They vacuum it.
They I don't know if they vacuum it. I know they check a couple sensors.
Mm-hmm.
Uses some kind of brush on a set, or wipes off a couple corrosion on some diodes or something, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly, I got the service plan though, mainly just to cover the. Because if anything's going to go, it's usually like the circuitry, right? The motherboard thing, the main board of the furnace. So that service plan actually covers that board, which is usually like, I think they said about $1,500 to replace.
Mm. How about warranties? Can anyone do that anymore?
Nope.
Can anyone do a warranty anymore? Is that so wrong? Or do we have to buy service plans for everything now? With deductibles, I bet you, right? Your service plan would still have a deductible.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's a month. We pay monthly.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's like your new phone. When you get a service plan with that, if you do that, I would never. You'd still pay a monthly fee, and there'd be a stupid deductible if you were to use it. So, oh yeah, this makes a lot of sense to get then. You prick bastards. So yeah, that's what I have to deal with while on the other side, everything's coming up for Joe. Everything's perfect in Joe world. How's that hot tub going? Working good?
If I lived inside your head, everything would be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, in the real world, not everything is perfect. I told you, man, grass isn't greener on the other side. Unless you water it every day like I do, which is how we should be doing it. Unlike letting your grass go dormant, quote unquote dormant.
Yes, that's what it's supposed to do.
You're committing genocide on your grass.
No, it is. That is what it does. It goes dormant. That's what grass does. So that's part of its circle of life.
This is not, what's it called? Where's the Lion King live?
Yeah.
What's it called? What?
The
area of land.
Yeah.
What's it called?
The green veldt.
I don't think so.
Listen, I've been to war with that grass for 20 years. It deserves to go dormant every.
You do one battle and then you run away.
No, I did battle with that thing for years.
Run away.
Years. When it was first put in, I was there because the house was built new. We're already living inside of it, waiting for sod to come. And the builders put it off for so long, they missed the April showers. They missed the May monsoon. Late June. By the way, those first 2 months living with mud yards. And then late June, they come and roll the sod out in the drought of June. And then they came by with the water truck maybe twice. And that's when I got those $300 a month water bills, getting that sod going. The sod came pre-installed with grubs. That was an added bonus. So I dealt with that for years because, as you know, here in Canada, we don't have proper pesticides. So our only real weapon of choice is nematodes. Right? Do you know what those are?
You're asking me?
No, I'm asking. Who am I asking? Hey there, empty room that I'm podcasting to.
Yeah, I thought you were asking the audience, and then they will leave you a comment.
No, we're actually.
No, the nematodes are the bugs that eat the eggs of grubs.
Yeah. So even if you
spray them on, they come like. I don't know. You spray it onto your grass.
Yeah, you hook your hose up to this
which is
canister
weird.
thing and spray it down. And then you don't even see results for a year because it only attacks the eggs. If you believe what you're doing is really what you're doing, you could be spraying a canister of just water. You don't know. You can't see these freaking things. Oh, here's 20,000 nematodes. We counted them. Oh, okay. So just spray that, eh? Oh yeah, spray that. Don't worry. Next year will be great.
I had grubs at my old house after a couple of years. Luckily, none have been on this one. My front grass at this house. Those are frustrating. I was cutting out patches and then laying down new sod as the grubs appeared. And they'd be like these big fat ones that you would see like on those, like that Animal Planet or Discovery show. Who's the guy that gets lost? The Bear Grylls.
Yeah. Sure.
He'd be out there starving and then he'd find food and then he'd eat a big fat juicy grub raw and it would like explode in his mouth, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Those were the ones I was finding under the grass as I was cutting out this dead grass.
Yeah.
Big juicy grubs.
Yeah. That's the test too. If you're curious, if you have grubs, just cut a square of grass and roll it back. And if you see them, then you got them.
And you throw up all over them.
God, they are something. Now, I never got really hosed by the grubs like some people in my neighborhood, because we all got the same sod, right? We all got the same grub-infused sod. So the people that really got hosed by it, for lack of a better word, is when it's not the grubs. Yeah, they make short work. They eat the roots of your lawn and give you a kind of a spotty, not as full lawn. But what really gets it is the skunks and crows that come to eat the grubs, and they pull up all of your lawn and roll it all away. And that's when it can just destroy any kind of, supposed grass you have. And some neighbors had that done to them. And it just, like, the skunks are relentless. They're basically rolling up the sod again into rolls for you to get at all the grubs. The crows do the same thing. I didn't have that happen, just the spotty, kind of blotchy grass. So got the nematodes, and then your other, is just grow the shit out of your grass, man. You got to keep growing it. Like I said, I've been to war for years with that grass, overseeding, putting fresh soil over it.
Can't give up, man.
Then you get the fresh soil, right? And guess what? Your soil wasn't sifted properly, and it's full of like ground cover weeds. Oh, added bonus.
No, you got to do
that happens.
The soil in the bags that are.
I did that, you mother.
The manure stuff, man. I do that every year.
I've done the bag stuff, and there was freaking ground cover growing out of it.
Well, you're always going to get some sort of ground cover from somewhere. But you have to get out there and do hands and knees, and you pick it out bit by bit. It's a 24-hour job, man.
Yeah, that it is. That it is. Like I said, I've been to war with it.
I find it relaxing though.
Now dormancy, enjoy it.
No, I water my grass twice a day.
And now that the big kid, in my opinion, is old enough to cut the grass, I don't even have to cut the grass anymore.
I like it. I find it therapeutic. You go into a Zen state and you just cut your grass. It looks beautiful.
I don't know what you're doing. Dude, you have a tiny patch of grass left. The rest is all freaking marble walkways and shit. So you don't even have grass, and you're giving me this big lecture.
Well, I'm saying I can't. Yeah, it takes me 5 minutes, but
2 minutes. With a pair of scissors, you're done.
At my other place, I would be where, it would be a 10-minute job.
I think this grass thing, right? This came from, when I was a kid, we lived on a big property, and especially once my sisters moved away or whatever, guess who was supposed to cut the grass? It was me. And that was an all-day affair. The parents, my dad, super picky about the grass business, and he insisted that, your first phase is to get on the riding mower and do that, and that takes a couple hours at least, and you're not done. Now you got the trim work to do. So then he insisted you take the push mower to get around all the spots he couldn't get with the riding mower. Okay, I guess, yeah, you should get those spots. So you do that. You put the push mower away. Still not done, folks. Now, obviously, you can't get so close with the push mower. So now you got to get the weed eater out, and you got to go around everything a third time. So you had 3 phases, and it was all day. And I hated it.
Yeah, except you do the weed one first, then the mower, and then the riding.
You could do that too.
That way, you get to keep the pattern that you do with the riding mower.
Well,
After you use the riding mower, then the grass is not walked on, and then you get to see this nice tread pattern around the property. That's what I used to do at my wife's old place.
We had many, many, many trees, so it was very hard to keep any kind of pattern. But man, I was like Steve McQueen on the riding mower. I'd get it so close that because I didn't want to do trim work, so I'd get that thing up on 2 wheels if I had to get it up as close as I could to the trees. And then I figured out if no one was home watching me, I skipped that whole push mower phase. I skipped that and do it all with the weed eater. Why am I doing this 3 times? Let's just skip a phase. So that was my takeaway. That's how I trimmed up that workload.
And now you just skip the grass entirely.
Now I enjoy dormancy, and the circle of life continues, passing on the tradition of hate to my daughter.
No, you should be passing on love.
And I give her the same grief. I come home and I see like spots in the middle that were completely missed. You go, well, looks like you got to come back out with the lawnmower again because that's missed. That doesn't matter. Well, looks crazy. So it looks like you're doing it again. All this grass talk. I know my buddy Lotus left us. I knew he had to have had some good grass stories for our comment section here of the episode. Can we get right into Lotus Corner? Lotus Corner.
Are we already done the show?
Part of the no.
Well, we saved that for the end.
No,
so we can do it, and then we're done. And then we're done.
We're already talking about grass.
Doesn't matter. People think you're talking about the stuff you smoke.
Okay, that's fine. I got lots of stuff we can talk about.
Yeah, I finished Drake's 3. It was
allegedly.
This was a crazy week. I did stupidly. Wait, what day is today? Wednesday. Stupidly, Sunday night I stayed up until 2 a.m. playing Drake's 3. Then got up for work at 5. And then Monday night I stayed up till 1:30 and officially finished it. And then got up for work. Or then I went to the gym at 5 and then went to work. So it was an exhausting week, but happy to say that I finished Drake's 3. Not as good as the second one. And I'm going to take, based on your recommendation, I'm going to take a break and not jump into Drake's 4. And maybe move on to, you want me to do the Wolfenstein games on the PS4?
Yep.
But then you also suggested, what was it? Was it Dying Light? No.
I say, well, you're going to keep going with the Naughty Dog stuff to do the.
Did you say Life is Strange? Last of Us
finally. But I think you should take a break from all that kind and just go first person shooter, a really good one, the Wolfenstein stuff. And then we could talk about it together.
Or I could do the second Nier game, Nier Automata. Get that out of the way.
That's true. I think that's a lot. Why don't you go back and finish the first one?
I did.
No, you skipped.
I don't need to do the 5 extra endings. I finished the game.
That's not finishing the game for that one. That's not finishing it. You did a quarter of it. Congratulations. Same for Drake's 3. How do we know you finished it? We didn't see any credits. We didn't see any credits.
Yeah, I didn't take a picture.
Proof? Oh,
I don't need the justification to show everybody on Twitter that I finished the game.
I guess
I finished the game.
Sure. Yep. Sure he
Oddly
did.
enough, though, it's almost like they copied everything from the second game and just moved it over to the third game in different scenarios.
Are the ladies still there in the third one?
Yeah.
Both of them?
What, you want to know?
Yeah, you can tell me if they're there. I
Oh,
don't think
yeah,
that's
they're
a
there.
spoiler, is it?
They're there.
Okay.
No, I didn't think it was going to be. I was expecting to see them myself, so.
Well, I was
You definitely get more of them in the second one. That's all I'll say about that. I still have Red Dead Redemption 2 to play. Or I still have to get out of that first chapter and stop doing side missions. I'm still progressing on that PS Vita game I'm playing. Which one is it?
I don't know what are you reading over there?
Persona Golden 4. That's the one. Yeah. I got Shantae Half Genie Hero on the PS4. Should I do that one instead? Do like a side scroller?
There's a big sale on the PlayStation digital games there.
I don't buy digital.
The Capcom beat 'em up series. That's on sale for like, God, it was cheap, man. Was it $6 or something? It was very tempting. I might have to get it because I think you can play 4 at a time on that one. Yeah. Whereas, I have those arcade games on my modded Xbox, but I think you can only play 2 players at once on there. There might even be multiplayer on the PS4 remaster or.
Nope. Not interested.
Is it fun? No. Do I have to push?
No, you mean is it fun? Yes. Then I don't want to play it.
Jeepers.
The only digital game I ever bought, and that was because I didn't realize they were going to do a physical copy of it because there was no announcement, was Stardew Valley. So I've since acquired the Stardew Valley map somehow physically, but now I need to get the game physically somehow for the price of free.
Well, I don't think you actually need it.
Much like I got the map for free.
Some of these digital, you can't walk away from the price from the savings. It's
I
just too crazy.
I had no interest. I'm a physical guy. I like everything physical. I like touching. Yeah,
physical. Big physical guy. Yeah. Hey, today's Wednesday. How many full-on fast food meals have you had this week so far?
Oh, yeah. I meant to talk to you about that. Well, today I just had one. So that means in 3 days I've had 4 fast food meals. One day yesterday I bought 2 Harvey's combos and ate them together.
Yeah. How's that going?
I'm done. I was going to bring this up. I need your help. I'm cutting out sugar completely. So that means no more pop. Because when I get naked, I can't see my dick anymore. I can't walk around fully. Like when I walk around flexed, like everything, then I look great. And I can only do that for so long. So I'm cutting out pop and no more fast food meals for 1 month. I want to see what happens. So starting now till September 1st, if you catch me drinking pop or any fast food meals, I'm going to give you $10 every time it happens.
Wow.
And that's proof on this show.
So I
need your help. I need you to remind me, like, hey, you know how I get like a craving for a Coke every now and then? You gotta say, no, man, you can't do that. Or if I have food at work and then someone says they're gonna go out and pick food up, I can't buy that food and then eat my food at the same time. You know what I mean? One meal.
Really? Wow. What about the chips and the Doritos?
No chips. I'm done. No chips at home. No chips at work. I will drop kick that shit in the garbage if I see it at work.
Now, this is going to be easy money then.
No pop, no more fast food, no more chips for 1 month till September 1st.
Can you have the cash ready?
Well, I'll just transfer it to you.
No. You got to have it there ready to go so I can instantly have access to it. I
Oh,
can
because you'll tempt me.
get a little roll of 100
Yeah, okay.
ready to go.
Well, I always carry that with me.
Not only the you were getting double dinners with double pops and double fries and onion rings and 2 burgers. Also capping off every afternoon with a big old ice cappuccino from Tim
Done that.
Hortons.
No more ice caps for a month. This is 1 straight month. I don't have sugar in my coffee, so that's not an issue. But no more pop, fast food, no more chips for 1 month. And today's the 24th. So 1 month and 6 days. So 37 days.
All right. You heard it here.
I was looking at myself naked and I'm like, what? I don't know what's going on. It looks good everywhere except for one spot. I blame you.
I'm excited. Really?
Yeah.
How much more judgmental looks do I have to shoot you when you're eating all that stuff?
Well, your judgmental looks are, I can't believe you're eating all that stuff. And you're not 3 times the size that you are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And your chocolate bars, all your candies.
So today was the last day. I had 1 McDonald's combo. I had one can of iced tea, and a couple chocolate chip cookies.
Wow.
And that was it.
So all that's out. You realize the iced tea is included in that.
It's out. Yeah. It's Ghost. It's Swayze.
Okay.
Iced tea is dead to me. Unless it's sugar-free iced tea. But that tastes horrible.
Mm-hmm. I think you should just stay away 100%.
Well, no, sugar-free is there's no sugar in it, so that's allowed.
Yeah, but there's been many studies on how the sugar replacement stuff just makes your body actually pack on more because it's tricking it. Yeah, it's not good.
Well, we're gonna. I was gonna completely bypass it anyway, so I'm not worried about it. I can do it. I got if anybody's got willpower to do it, it's me.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
I'm nothing if not. When I have my mind set on something, that's it.
Wow. Do you know who you're talking about? What about pizza? Are you allowed to eat that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Pizza's fine.
Well, we got to figure out the borders of the fast food.
I just told you, no pop. Well, is pizza fast food? I guess it is. I was referring more to like, combo meals because you get the pop and you get the fries, which are garbage, and the burger.
Mm-hmm.
The pizza is different.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
It's just more cutting out the pop, cutting out the fast food combo meals, and cutting out, chips and shit like that.
Let's make it an extra special month and you grow out your hair too.
Whereabouts do you want me to grow it out?
The top side.
You want me to stop shaving my my marbles?
Yeah. No, your big marble.
You want you want me to keep on shaving my marbles.
Yeah, you can shave them all you want. Let's see if the new healthy lifestyle, you never know. Could have a big old Bob Ross thing happening up there nowadays. How do you know?
The kids don't know who Bob Ross. Well, maybe they do. No, they don't.
Oh, they do now. He's trending. That's
anyway. That's my. That's it, baby.
It's fantastic. Fantastic. I think you should go like full on, like even more than like I do the no additional sugar in my life, but I still have like, spaghetti sauce from the grocery store kind of thing, which has sugar in it.
That can't be helped, man.
You can get around all that.
I'm not going crazy.
I think you should go crazy.
I don't need to go crazy. I know I need to cut out the bad stuff that I've been eating recklessly without abandon. Part of it too is like I'll be eating food till like midnight. That doesn't help.
Well, how are you going to deal with
I eat till I go to sleep.
Yeah, so how are you going to deal with that?
I told you. I got my willpower.
I don't know. That's tough. That's a tough one, sitting there at night not snacking. That's a tough one.
I was gonna say cut back on my late night beers, but
Oh,
I don't want to.
You can't have beer.
Yeah, I can.
No.
Sorry.
No.
It's the summertime. I'm not cutting out beer. I don't drink wine till the winter.
I'm sorry. That's out, dude. You don't see me enjoying ciders. You don't see me enjoying ciders, and I would love it.
You're not part of this.
Yeah. Dude, come on. You can't have beer.
You didn't say you were going to cut weight.
What?
You didn't say you were going to do this. I'm just doing this for me.
I've been doing this for ages. You can't have beer.
You can't tell me what to do. I already laid down the rules. I'm sorry. Your
rules were great, but I'm sorry the beer's got to go. Help me out, listenership. There's no way.
No. I'm sorry. I'm not having a beer when I'm by the pool or something like that.
Hey,
I normally just have one beer a day. So that's it.
No, I'm sorry. It sucks. I know it's terrible. I still have root beer in my fridge from our trip to the States.
That's your fault.
That I can't have.
You deemed to buy.
I can't
junk food that you bought. I should have documented. It was garbage.
That's for my kids.
Yeah. Giving your kids garbage.
Well, it's
I should have stepped on it and threw it out the car window on the way back home.
Really?
Yeah.
Really. And most of it is all still here, by the way. Even they don't go crazy on it.
It's going to get eaten. In the end, it all gets eaten. You know why? Because the stuff is 100% sugar and it's going to last forever. Like one of those Twinkie rolls.
I still have some Twinkies.
Yeah, they'll still be there 100 years from now.
It's a treat. It's something they'll always remember.
Cut it out. No.
Dad came back from the States and he had all that cool cereal.
Remember the time he could have just poured sugar in our mouths right out of the sugar carton, whatever you call it.
I said to the little kid the other day when she got up, made breakfast, she was like pouring Rice Krispies in her bowl. Like, Rice Krispies? Well, you still got all the fancy cereals there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Rice Krispies too.
Why are you eating healthy? You got all this garbage.
Like, get it going. It's going to go stale.
Don't buy that shit anymore, man. Because you go to the States doesn't mean you got to eat like an American.
It was, that's the treat. And you get to explore life in
That's not exploring life. That's shortening your life.
It's for the kids, not for me. I didn't get to have any.
You know, when we were in the States, how many times I accidentally said, yeah, I'll have a large, not realizing it's Canadian large. It's an American large, which is 2 times the super size that we normally have here. And I would still drink it because it was in front of me.
You know what? That reminds me. We gotta have a talk here about one of our main sponsors, Starbucks. Went in there again today, 3:00. Can I have a medium blonde roast? Oh, we stopped making that at 2:00. What is with this? What is with the Starbucks and stopping their only good coffee at 2:00 in the afternoon every time? Oh, there's not enough people buying it. We're just going to end up wasting it. Well, then you're not doing it right. Not enough people know about it. When I tell people to try Starbucks, I can't. Starbucks is disgusting. It's gross. It's so harsh and bold and bitter. I'm like, yeah, exactly. It is. Try the blonde roast. Oh, yeah. No, that is lovely. The blonde roast is great.
No one talks like that.
They stop it at 2. At 2. Oh, I can do a pour over for you. Fine. Give me a pour over. I got 20 minutes to waste waiting for that pour over to happen, which I did wait for the pour over today. And by the way, it was delightful because you do get fresh ground beans made just for your 1 cup of coffee. But it does take a long time. And I don't know if you saw my latest Nest Cam
No.
highlight today. I you know, because I waited so long at the Starbucks, they didn't have my thing. So I got them back by stealing about 50 straws from them because they're the only place that makes big jumbo straws for my smoothies. Had a handful of them, had my wallet in my hand, I had to use my keys to get open my door. I had this coffee, which was super filled to the brim because they did the pour over and they didn't know how much to put in. So it was super full. And as I'm walking there, I'm like, God, this was so funny if I were to, you know, trip and dump my coffee all over. And, but I had a steady, you know, I thought I had a steady grip on the old coffee, put my key in, unlocked it, go to open the door. And I don't even know what happened. Somehow the coffee started tilting out of my hand towards the door. And I'm like, if I don't have this coffee in me, I'm going to kill someone. There's no way I'm letting this spill. So I had to do like an acrobatic kind of Patrick Waugh splits to grab it in midair and right the cup properly. And a bunch spurted out all over the door and stuff. But managed to save the majority of the coffee, which was Christ. Good thing. But I did catch some of it on the Nest Cam and threw that up on a highlight. I know you refuse to watch anything video wise I put out.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going through Twitter here. I don't see anything Nest Cam from you.
Just really? I put out 4 whole tweets today. You can't disseminate that from 4 tweets.
Oh, your last tweets, there's nothing there. You had to show off a picture of guns at Canadian Tire.
Yeah, what's with that?
No one cares.
Canadian Tire. Now a big gun runner. And the one before that.
Rutger Hauer passes away.
Oh, we got to talk about that later, by the way.
I don't. He died. That's it. I thought he was dead already. And
it's right before that. My application to perfectly cut screens.
What? On your Twitter feed?
Yeah.
Do I have to go to tweets and replies?
No. Dad, do you know what you're doing, Dad?
My application to perfectly cut screens. Oh, okay. Caught on Nest Cam.
Yeah, there you go. Hold that up to the mic.
Oh, now I get your story. You were in your driveway at home when this happened?
Yeah, what was so hard about the story?
I wasn't listening. That's what was hard.
Yeah, you piece of shit. Hold up to the mic.
You're fucking going on about garbage that no one cares about.
God. Joe time traveling again.
Oh, you son of... That was fucking planned.
No, that was not.
The way you were holding that. Wait, what are you wearing here? Bicycle shorts?
Let
me rewind this thing. What are you wearing? How tight is that top on you?
That's my PT wear. Me and the kids played some tennis today.
Oh my God. You got tight black short shorts on.
They are not tight, you mother.
You got bicycle shorts on and this super tight red shirt.
It is not tight. Look,
you're looking right at
shirt. Is it tight?
The way it's not tight now because you had it all day. I can see your fucking nips popping through this one.
I don't think so.
Look at this planned thing. How fake. Oh, you son of... Oh my God. Right.
Yeah, that's why I come up with that stuff.
You did.
I sit at the heavens and work on it.
You plan that skit out all morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm replying back. Fake.
Are you sure you know how to reply?
I know how to reply. What is this? Who's Jeffrey Hilliard? Self-destructo.
You're going to meet him next month.
I don't know what's going on.
He's going to be appearing at the Barrie Game Exchange, Canada's largest game swap.
Is that his first time?
I think so. He's one of these East Coasters.
Oh. Is it? Wait, I meant to ask you, what does this tweet mean? Techno dork. You posted some picture of you and me from Philadelphia that I took. And you go, what happened? Regular Crazy Joe stuff? I'm used to it. And he goes, after hearing this, I would assume that at STCPod isn't recorded near any windows or a bell would have jumped by now. And that was in reference to our last podcast record.
Mm-hmm.
Was he talking about?
Well, he answered that further, Dad. If you read the rest of the thread.
Nothing's coming up in that thread.
Yeah, it's right there. Click on the main. Click on the main message, Dad.
One more reply. Maybe it's there.
Oh, maybe.
It's like
maybe
you're talking to yourself sometimes. Oh. Yeah. Well, if you weren't so fucking boring, I'd stay tuned in. I got it.
I'm sure he was in jest, Joe. Don't worry about it. Don't get all bent out of shape now. Here he goes. Uh-oh. Oh, the black cloud just set in. Great.
Good thing the show's over.
Oh, boy.
Time to wrap it up.
No, we can't. I still have to mention Rutger Hauer
Nope.
passing away. We found out about that today.
No, we'll do Lotus's Corner and that's it.
He died like a couple days ago, I think, because his funeral was today.
Left a comment on our last podcast record.
Can I mention my favorite Rutger Hauer movie, though?
You did on Twitter. People can go there and look at it.
People don't know on Twitter. It's Blind Fury. Do you know what Blind Fury was about?
No, I never saw it.
He was like, I think it was Vietnam or Korea. It must have been Vietnam. And he gets injured in a bomb attack or mortar or some shit. And he loses his eyesight. And he gets found by a family there. And for some reason, they teach him how to use a sword. Even though he's blind. And they train him like to use all of his senses in order to properly wield a sword, like samurai style. And then we catch up with him in like modern day 1980s, and he's like down on his luck vet, traveling from town to town kind of thing. He still has a sword, but it's in his walking stick, so no one really knows that he's a blind swordsman until they piss him off, and he whips out that sword and cuts their head off. And so I love that movie. Have you heard what you've been saying, how ridiculous it sounds? It is like, I don't know if you watched that Japanese series of movies about the blind swordsman. That's different though, man. No, it's a direct take on that. And only ridiculous. I love those movies too. There's a blind masseuse in feudal Japan. No one knows he's the best samurai out there. Are you serious? Zatiochi? Is that what they were called? Those were great series of movies. Look those up if you want a good. Like you watch subtitled movies. I absolutely watch those. You hate subtitled movies. I like subtitled movies. Absolutely. All right. Sit back and grab yourselves a drink, guys, because Lotus left a freaking doozy of a comment here, which we love, by the way. My buddy Lotus. Wow, it's a good story again.
I have to side with Joe on this one. It's important to take care of your lawn to keep the aesthetics of the neighborhood looking top notch. My house had a problem with weeds that I couldn't control. I wanted to change from the type of grass the house came with to the kind of grass the golf courses have anyways. This is where my project started. First was to kill all the old weed infested grass. Had to use glyphosate. I know it's a harsh chemical, but it's truly the only chemical to kill all the roots. I'm not talking about using Roundup, just pure glyphosate. Glyphosate. However the fuck you say it. I took pics each week as the grass turned from green to brown. It took 3 weeks to turn the grass to brown, crunchy straw. Next part was to rip up all the old dead grass. I paid someone $125 to use a sod cutting machine. The guy adjusted the depth of the blade and started walking with the machine up and down my property. He asked me if I wanted him to remove the old dead grass. I asked how much extra that would be. He said $1,000. I said, no, that seems high. He said, well, I hope you know what you're in for. I got on my hands and knees and started rolling up the dead grass like a carpet strip. What I didn't think about was not only do you get the dead grass, but he had to cut deep enough, about 2 inches, to get to the roots. Well, this made each roll heavy because you also have the old soil attached. I opened up my first garbage bag and set the roll into it. Go to pick it up and say to myself, this feels pretty heavy. I go in the house and look up how many pounds the recycling yard waste people will pick up per bag. It says 50 pounds. Go back outside and estimate what 50 pounds feels like and continue on rolling up this old grass / sod and placing it in a bag. Well, this was backbreaking work. I have 4,000 square feet to pick up. This was for my life. This was my life for the next month and a half. Roll and bag, then put out on lawn recycle day. The recycle guys would take only 10 bags at a time, and I had over 100 lined up along the side of the house.
That's insane.
Once
Can
all
you just
the
imagine?
I want to know, 4,000 square feet of grass is a big property.
I don't know. Like, I think, isn't 4,000 square feet like the size of a basketball court? Or like a couple ice rinks?
Hey Siri,
Okay, here we
what's the size of a basketball court?
Okay, I found this on the web for what's the size of a basketball court. Check it out.
Oh, I'll do all the work for you. Piece of garbage. Why isn't it doing it?
Just ask her what the square footage of a basketball court is.
Okay. In the NBA, the court is 94 by 50 feet. Hey Siri, what's the square footage of a basketball court?
The answer is 4,700 square feet.
Huh. It's not that big then. All right. I pictured this massive property.
Imagine rolling up an entire basketball court.
Yeah. Once all the old sod was picked up, I ordered my new sod and only had 72 hours to put it down. So I had to split my order, and which cost more due to 2 flatbed deliveries. This way I had 2 72-hour windows to put it down. The reason for 72 hours is if you leave the sod on a pallet, blah, 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 the sun bakes it and it dies right on the pallet. Anyway, to make this long story shorter, I successfully laid all the sod myself. No help from neighbors or friends. I would never want any of my friends to have to work like that. I would help you, Lotus, if you'd asked. In the end, maybe I should have paid that guy $1,000 to pick up old sod and haul it away the same day. I learned how hard his job is. I love my grass now. I put in the hard labor and appreciate it more. The new grass uses less water than the old grass too. I enjoy mowing it in different directions to create stripes too. So Bill, take care of your grass. I have a sprinkler system I can control from my phone, but enjoy watering with a hose sometimes when the sun goes down as well. Great show. You both are awesome.
If I did that kind of work too into it, I would.
Why are you not bashing Lotus for having a watering system?
Did you hear what he just did? So yeah, all that work I would have to.
It's okay to have a sprinkler system if you do all that work.
Yeah.
What about my case?
It's excess as normal.
I didn't put it in. It wasn't my choice. And I can't control mine from my phone. So there.
You can't control Siri from your phone. So
I didn't realize it wasn't installed. I don't know how to use this new iPhone. There's too much features.
well, thank you, Lotus, for the. I love the story. It was a great story again.
My buddy Lotus, again, like you said in the first line, I have to side with Joe on this one. As always, Lotus knows who the winning team is.
I have to continue on Lotus Corner from the cartridgeclub.org forums, where we have a thread open on every episode of this podcast. The new streamlined cartridgeclub.org, when you get there, there's no confusion what you want to do. You got a button for the forums and you got a button for Discord. So the whole community is within your two buttons. And if you click on forums and go to our STCPod one, you can lay a comment about this episode if you want. Tell Joe how crazy he is. Tell Joe, obviously, he has to quit beer if he wants to be serious and not
What are you talking about?
Your little 1 month trial thing. Obviously, beer has to go as well. Put that in the forums.
Oh, no. Agree with me on the forums that 1 beer a day is more than adequate.
Well, you don't need it, so just don't.
It's okay. 1 beer a day.
It's not okay. You might as well have a pop then. It's ridiculous.
No, it's different.
That
There's no
is ridiculous.
sugar. There's no sugar in the beer.
Okay. All right. Go have a Big Mac with it too. It's just 1 Big Mac. 1 Big Mac is fine. Listen, if you're going to do it right, no beer. Anyways,
No,
first.
I made the contest up. I put the rules in. I put enough stipulations in already, dude.
Yeah, and you put in the cheat codes too. So again, cook the books. Yeah. Thank you.
How about you do something? It's always me doing stuff.
No, I do stuff. I've been doing this forever.
And
why
no results?
Really? No results? I appreciate that.
What, you saying you were bigger?
The first comment comes from James Retropixel. I get what you're saying on too many mini consoles being offered in the market, but I was instantly sold on the TurboGrafx 16 Mini once seeing it's coming with a proper controller. By which I mean, he goes on to explain more than what Joe meant to say when Joe just said it had buttons or something. James goes on to say, by which it means it has the selector switches on buttons 1 and 2. People that have never experienced playing with this controller for on-the-fly speed configurations do not know what they're missing out on. Simply is missing out on as simply is typically. I'm trying to get through this.
Come on.
Maybe it's supposed to be as typically not. It's not typically.
Oh my God.
Typically,
I apologize, everybody.
Not properly replicated with emulation. Not to mention the library is prohibitively expensive. Heck, even just getting bare console on EverDrive would easily average 300 Canadian, and you still don't get no HDMI. Granted, the Mini comes half loaded with Japanese titles, some of which I suspect could be unplayable with language barrier. But you know damn well this will be cracked and the gates will be open for an expansive playable experience. Just that comment alone, I think, has changed my mind on getting the TurboGrafx. It makes boatloads of sense. Thanks, James, for that comment. Next comment. There's a billion of them here. Just weeding through it. My friend Duke from over at Retro Nonsense left a comment. Always a treat to hear a comment from Duke. Great show, boys. I laughed out loud when Bill made a comment. See? He's laughing out loud at the most appropriate moments.
He's laughing at you.
When Bill made the comment about Joe time traveling because he nods off so much. Yes. Classic.
Yeah, when you work as hard as I do, I'm sorry, you got to get your sleep in wherever you can.
I'm definitely not a water your lawn type guy, and I'm not surprised at all that Joe has a sprinkler system. Of course not. I also think it's hysterical that Joe doesn't let his kids walk on the lawn after he cuts the grass. Anyways, keep up the great stuff. my friends. Yep. Nothing else to say about
You
that?
said keep it up, so I'll keep on watering the grass.
Okay. Let me continue. Frantic Society, Josh over there at Frantic Society left a quick little nod to me that yes, the Spider-Man ending was too awesome. He knew what I was talking about. That's all we can say about that. There's so many here. Let me keep going. My friend Eric, the Mighty Q Dog, left a comment. The TurboGrafx 16 Mini was an instant buy for me as soon as it was announced. As far as I'm concerned, it's the best Mini available next to the Super NES. I pre-ordered it last week along with the Genesis one. I had the same capacitor problem in my AC that Lotus described. After a little research, I learned it was the most likely the problem, given the symptoms I was seeing. Ordered a replacement on Amazon, because America, you can do that, and installed it myself. I was glad it was a simple fix, and I was able to save a bit of money on a service call. He put that money right into his range hood. Thank you, Eric, for leaving that comment. And God damn it, it kind of talks me into the Genesis one too. I really should be getting that one and the Turbo. Finally,
what are you talking about? You said you weren't going to do it.
I know, but it's such a good. It's such a good package, man. The Genesis one is such a good package.
You didn't say the Turbo was a good one.
Well, I ain't going to ever own a Turbo or their games outside of my emulation box.
How do you know?
Nintendo Hodge has a great comment here. He's my buddy. He left an awesome comment. I am glad Dr. John was added at the end.
Holy shit.
I have never heard or listened to him before, and I was interested. It was very good. A must listen indeed. Keep up the good work, guys.
Haji,
That's a smart man right there.
Wake up, Haji.
That's a smart man.
Wake up.
That was a good track.
No, it wasn't. I had so many complaints about. I didn't want to have to read it. I got a direct message from somebody. Can you please stop Bill from telling boring stories about music, people? We are not interested. I'm not going to say who that's from.
I don't think so. And they like hearing awesome artists that they might not have heard before, and they get a little peek into what they've been missing.
No, they don't.
Yeah. So let me pick one for the end of this episode.
No, I'm not putting any music in. That shit fucking music that you tricked me into putting in.
Everyone liked that one.
No, they didn't. And
it was a nice spread because those who know Dr. John, like, oh yeah, he does that one song. They didn't know about that song. So they're like, boom. So yeah, Neil Diamond going in this episode, by the way, also from The Last Waltz. Show people another side of Neil Diamond.
Dude, everybody knows him.
Do I have to get that track to you, or can you?
I'm not putting it in, so you can suck my banooch.
So yeah, those comments were all found at cartridgeclub.org in the forums. Definitely go over there and check that out. And if you're not a member of the Cartridge Club, heck, why not sign up at the same time? Just say hello in the forums and you're signed up. Isn't that something? And Discord is also there. If you hit the Discord button, you'll get an invite into their exclusive Discord server where all of us are chatting about all kinds of stuff. There's so many friggin' subjects in there. Everything from the Marvel universe to, Nintendo. Yeah, he's time traveling again, folks.
Are you done yet?
No.
Oh, don't remind everybody to sign up to the Cartridge Club through STCPod.com, and if they do so, we get a little bit of a kickback.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is that not how it works?
Yeah. Well, we each get a handy from one of the stone cutters.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So yeah, that's always nice. That's why we go to the C3 every year. We got to collect. Next year, I get them exclusively from Rocket Sauce. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot.
All right. I got to go. My mom's calling.
We haven't talked about the Game Exchange.
Hurry up.
What? Hurry up. Why don't you talk about it?
I know you like flapping your gums. Go ahead.
Okay.
Makes you feel important.
Obviously, everyone knows about the Barrie Game Exchange happening in September. I never have the date. It's in the teens somewhere. September, what is it, Joe? 14? 12?
17.
17. It's a Sunday. It's a big meetup. Speaking of the Cartridge Club, it's a partnership with the Cartridge Club to make it even bigger this year. The Cartridge Club wants it to become like an anchor point that everyone can rely on going to every year for a nice big Cartridge Club meetup. So if you're looking for something to do in September, I suggest jumping in the car, the train.
Listen, you had it all wrong. It was Sunday, September 15th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Eastview Arena, 453 Grove Street East in Barrie. 140 plus tables of video games and accessories, board games, vintage toys, geek art, and so much more. 11 a.m. early bird admission $10. From 12 to 4, regular admission $5. Kids under 10 are free. And if you can't remember this, just go to barriegameexchange.ca.
That's an entire hockey rink of game swappage going on. That's like an entire Lotus lawn of game swappage. So definitely check that out. And there'll be a big Cartridge Club contingent there that you can meet up with and hang out with. Make a weekend of it. Come up Saturday, reach out to us, find out where we are, what we're doing. We're doing something. And Sunday after the Game Exchange, we have a biannual tradition to go to Uncle Bob's Buffet, where you get fed like a mother. And we all sit together and for a good 3-4 hours and have a good time cutting up steak and feeding it to each other. And we do all kinds of stuff. Cotton candy goes everywhere.
Huh?
Yeah. Cotton candy gets sticky on the body hair.
I will be there one day and one day only, Sunday, September 15th.
Yeah.
From 7 a.m. until 4 p.m.
Tom Cruise will be doing a signing.
That's when you got your chance to meet me.
Yeah. Definitely look for him. All right.
Come have breakfast with me. That's part of the deal.
Oh, you are willing to do breakfast?
I always do. You're
not going to rush us?
Rush who?
Everyone who's having
breakfast. I don't rush
with
everybody.
Yeah.
Just don't take so long eating.
Who eats one egg with one forkful? That's Joe before the Barrie Game Exchange. If you want to see that, definitely reach out to us and we'll tell you where to go. Barrie's a big breakfast town, so I know the best places. Yeah. That's it. Thanks.
Why do we only ever go to 2 different places?
Because that's what you like. I don't know.
No, because that's all there is.
No, it is a crazy. There's breakfast wars everywhere in Barrie.
Because there's nothing to do there.
It's a big breakfast town. Let me tell you. Don't go anywhere else.
If you want breakfast, you got to go to Barrie, and that's all you can do there.
Yes, it is the only place for breakfast.
Go for breakfast, and then you go back home. And then next time you want breakfast, you got to drive there again.
Yeah. The breakfast wars are going strong in Barrie.
That's your new YouTube show. Breakfast Wars in Barrie.
Absolutely. Good. Okay. Is that it? Are you happy?
I'm done.
Okay.
I gotta go have a beer.
No beers.
Beers are part of the. They're not included in the contest. I told you they're my rules.
Your rules are always.
They're not
the books. Everything.
I told you what I wanted to cut out. I didn't say I wanted to cut beer out.
Ridiculous. Help me out, people. Help me out, Lotus. Post it and post it.